Hey everyone, this is James with WSTrades.com. I want to provide an update here on ticker NNDM or Nano Dimension. So there's been a lot of craziness going on with this stock. They recently had a tender offer fall through. So they had agreed to purchase, I think 47% of Stratasys, this other company's shares here, Stratasys Ltd. And they had agreed to purchase those at $25 a share. They're currently trading at $15 a share, so that would have been at a premium of $10 above the current share price. And that tender offer expired, so that fell through. And Nano came out and said, you know, we're just going to pursue other M&A initiatives, right? So when that fell through, Murchison, this investment group, I guess they kind of got pissed off and they called for the removal of the board members at Nano Dimension. So they hold a 5.9% stake in Nano, and they're like, you know what, we're tired of the way you're, destroying stockholder equity pretty much, right? And, you know, we want the board gone. We want new board members. We want to turn this thing around. And, you know, if we keep the current board around, you know, our investment is going to be at risk, right? Which I kind of get their point. If you look, let's go back to Nano here. If you look at Nano's long-term charts, they've bled a lot of money. I mean, yeah, they had one quarter where they kind of got in the positive, but how many dollars and dollars of EPS did they lose here? I mean, it's a lot. It's a big ratio in a negative way. So I know they kind of had a nice quarter here, but, you know, Nano does have a history of bleeding money. And you can see it right here. This is your typical chart where you have some crazy pump and then just slowly bleeding out. It's been kind of going sideways, though. Here lately, so it's been able to bottom out a little better, and it's kind of trapped within a range, but you know, a lot of losses here, a lot of bad earnings quarters here. So I kind of get their point. So they're like, all right, we want to overthrow the board, right? We want new board members in there. So then Nano starts to talk about that Murchison, or they want, you know, shareholders to know that Murchison actually paid people $50,000 each in cash to try to get elected to the board of Nano. So Nano is saying, you know, these people cannot be classified as independent. So we're talking about one guy here, I don't know how to pronounce this, Ofir Baharov, is a failed businessman that's been like kicked out of a bunch of different, it says ousted from numerous companies with a questionable track record. So Nano urges shareholders to protect their investment and to vote for all of Nano's highly qualified nominees. So we have the CEO ready to step down. So it says Murchison's attempt to seize control of Nano's board, despite no expertise in the business and no plan for the company, places shareholders' investment at grave risk. That's kind of an interesting statement because look what has been going on for most of this chart has been a lot of bad earnings quarters. So honestly, the current board over the last several years has lost. I mean, there's a lot of money being lost here. There's no doubt. I know they had the good recent quarter, but this is not a trend yet, right? We've seen one quarter with positive EPS. I'd like to see that repeated here. But so they're saying, hey, you know, this is what's going on. Your investment's going to be at great risk. If you let these other people take over as board members at Nano. So it says, consequently, members of the Nano senior management have indicated that they do not intend to serve under a board that includes directors paid specifically should Murchison obtain any board representation. So Mr. Stern will step down as CEO of Nano following the general meeting. So the choice is clear. Support all your current board that has been working with management to execute a focused plan to drive value, or lose a reliable, honest board and major part of the management. So it's kind of interesting, maybe for one quarter, management and the board of Nano has actually executed that plan to drive value, because all these other quarters are just terrible, terrible financial performance here. So we'll kind of see. It's going to be interesting what's going to happen with, the current board members. Are any of them going to be ousted? Even if one of them gets ousted, the CEO says he's stepping down. So there's a lot of turmoil here. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see here what happens with Nano and its board, and I'll continue to keep you updated here on ticker NNDM or Nano Dimension. Please like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Appreciate you for taking the time to watch this. Talk to you soon.